Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Thank you for click this video. My name is Dina Sofia. I am a college student of English Education Department Tittle Islamic University, Banjarmasin. The Honorable Ma'am Puji Sri Rahayu, as a lecturer of English academic purposes lesson, who has given me opportunity to present my proposal. And thank you for all my beloved friends. And today, in this video, I would like to present my proposal with the title Undergraduate Students' Perception Toward the Use of Machine Translation in EFL Classroom. Let's begin this presentation with reciting Basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Well, my talk will be in the 5 parts. The first is background, the second is significance of the study, the third is research question, the fourth is research objective, and the last is research methodology. I will begin by looking at the background. In this slide, I want to expand about the keyword that is related with my proposal title. That is 3 points. The first is machine translation, the second is undergraduate students, and the last is EFL classroom. The first, machine translation. According to Arno and Nadra 2019, translation is the transmission of two in a language to another language. And according to the Mario and Asari 2017, machine translation is the easiest and the simple one to translate the other language to the language that human want. Specifically, in my study, machine translation refers to the computer program or software which helps undergraduate students of English Education Department at Tittle Islamic University to convert a text from one language to another language instantly and automatically that they use in translation class. The second point is undergraduate student. Undergraduate student is a student at a university or college who is studying for his or her first degree. Specifically, in my study, student perceptions refers to the beliefs, attitudes, and opinion of fifth semester education department students regarding the use of machine translation in translation class. And the last point is EFL classroom. EFL classroom refers to the educational situation of teaching or learning English as a foreign language. Specifically, in my study, EFL classroom is translation class. Translation class refers to a subject in English Education Department of Tittle Islamic University which is obligated by all English Education Department students in 4th and 5th semester. Translation class divided into 2 classes, those are Translation 1 and Translation 2. Translation 1 is usually taken in 4th semester, while Translation 2 class is usually taken in 5th semester. Now, I would like to turn to the next slide. In this slide, discuss about significance of my study. There is 3 points. Teacher or lecturer, student, and others. The first, teachers or lecturers. The result of my study expected to be useful information for lecturer or teacher to know the student perception about the use of machine translation in the process of English language teaching and learning. This research can be the basis for the teacher or lecturer in one of the private university in Banjarmasin to evaluate and to be aware of the student need in using machine translation in the learning process. Then, the research can make preference of using machine translation in language learning process by the student based on the information in my research. The second is student. This research provides the information that English Education Department students might need to be aware of using machine translation in the process of English language teaching and learning. The research hopes the information from this research can be a consideration for them in using machine translation. If the students know about the advantages and disadvantages in using machine translation, they will be able to use it wisely. And the last, for the others, for university and for the other researchers. For university, the university can use it, my study, as an input for improving the science related to the teacher and learning English language, especially translation. For the others, the result of this research was hopefully to interest the other researchers for conduct the research about translation. Now let's look at the research question. My study will explore 2 points. The first, what is the English Education Department student perception on the advantages of using machine translation and the process of English language teaching and learning at translation class? And the second is, what is the English Education Department student perception on the disadvantages of using machine translation and the process of English language teaching and learning at translation class? Then I will move on to research objective. The aims of my study is to know English Education Department student perception on the advantages of using machine translation in the process of English language teaching and learning at translation class. The second, my aim is to know English Education Department student perception on the disadvantages of using machine translation in the process of English language teaching and learning at translation class. Towards the end of my presentation, we are looking at the research methodology. The first point in research methodology is research design. I will use descriptive qualitative method as my methodology research. According to the Frankel, Whelan, and Hume 2011, descriptive qualitative research aims to record event, situation, or circumstance. In addition, Frankel, Whelan, and Hume 2011 also state that qualitative research is a study that investigates the quality of relationships, activities, situations, or materials. Also, qualitative research is an approach for exploring and understanding the meaning individuals or groups to the social or human problem. This, according to Creswell 2014. Therefore, I will describe English Education Department student perception on the advantages and disadvantages of using machine translation. Next point is research setting. Research setting in my study is at English Education Department of Tarbiyah and Teachers Training Faculty, Antasari State Islamic University, Banjarmasin, specifically in the translation class. Next slide. Still in the research methodology. Participant. The participant in my study are the 5th semester students, English Education Department. Data. The data collection method used in my study are observation, questionnaire, and interview. Next, looking at the slide, we can see data analysis. My study will analyze data in the 3-step by using flow model. According to the Mills and the Haberman, cited in the Sugiono 2010, there are 3 main activities in analyzing the data. They are data reduction, data display, and conclusion drawing or verification. Now, we're already in the end of my presentation. I would like to say thank you for watching and click this video. I'm so glad. If you have any question, you might leave your question in the comment box below. So, don't forget to click like my video and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you in another video.